And now, as promised, you're about to meet the Logger of the Year for the entire state of Mississippi.
His company has been in business for more than half a century. But there's more to this story, including the way this gentleman teaches those likely to follow in his footsteps.
Congratulations to Ricky Summerford from Fulton, Mississippi.
As long as everything's moving and everything's going, you know, I just try to make sure everything's in place where it needs to be, and most of the time the best thing I can do is kind of stay out of the way.
Sage words from the 2024 Mississippi Logger of the Year, head of the well-oiled logging machine that is Summerford Enterprises out of Fulton, Mississippi. It's a machine that's run smoothly since the late 60s, more than half a century of serving what's now the $1.5 billion timber industry of the Magnolia State. But even more telling is Ricky Summerford's message. Hire good people, make sure they're well trained, let them know what's expected, and stand alongside them as they produce.
I've been fortunate enough to put together a really good bunch that works for us. Like I said, I've become a much better delegator as I've gotten older. So as far as my philosophy, we try to come and make a productive day every day with what we were able to do. And I try to keep them in good equipment to work with.
Anything and everything that I've ever done with Ricky Summerford has been top notch.
Justin Dewberry is with West Fraser Wood Products, working out of Guntown, Mississippi. If anyone knows the professionalism of Summerford Enterprises, it's him.
I think it's a great honor to be, at first nominated Logger of the Year, and then across the whole state, end up being the winner of Logger of the Year. And I know it's good for him, and it's a lot of public relations involved with it. People see him, they know he does good work. His family, I know they're proud of him. On a scale from 1 to 10, I'd say he's a 10.
The logging business, of course, isn't the easiest business to be in, what with rising costs and quotas. John Owl, Certification Programs Coordinator for the Mississippi Forestry Association, knows that all too well. Still, he knows Ricky Summerford's up to the task.
The markets aren't the best. Across the board, the markets aren't great for a lot of products now. And so in order to maintain business, you have to have somebody like his timber buyer out there constantly ahead of you. Where is the next stuff going? Do I have quota? Do I have, the ability to haul this material? And you just have to keep on working. You got to move fast. But at the same time, you have to take care of the property that you're actually harvesting. I mean, you look around here, it's a good-looking harvesting job. And you have to leave it this way. And that takes time as well. I mean, it's not all just about cutting the trees and getting them on the truck. You have to take care of the person's property, and you have to treat the landowners fairly, which is what he's done his whole career, and his father. Like I said, they're reliable, and that's really what you're looking for. But it's a very tough business. The margins are 1 to 3% maybe. High volume, low profit business. And to make it work, you have to be a business person. You can't just go out there and do that. You have to watch all your costs, all your income, everything.
Ricky's father, Carl Summerford, started the company way back in 1969. It was a much different business back then, but at 81, he's still out here nearly every day, keeping an eye on things, and says he's proud of his son.
I think he's a pretty outstanding fellow myself. He's always been a good kid growing up, worked hard all of his life, and still works hard, works long hours, and we've always had to, and he's just all around a good fellow.
One reason for that pride, the way Ricky works to perpetuate excellence in the industry. And one way he does that is by inviting students from nearby Itawamba Community College to observe. Emily Loden-Jones is program director at ICC in forestry technology. The school produces forestry technicians ready to enter the workforce, or they can transfer to Mississippi State to get a Bachelor of Science degree from the College of Forest Resources. She says Ricky has a big picture view of the business.
I always appreciate Ricky spending time with them and talking to them and giving them a different perspective on the forest industry other than just mine. He provides real world situations for them to watch, and he allows them to participate. He's very hands-on with them, and we appreciate that he is willing to put that much time into educating our future forestry professionals. He provides lab opportunities for us to go and cruise a tract of timber that they have purchased, and then we get to compare it to what the actual harvest volumes are, which is an excellent learning experience. He lets us come and watch him, of course, log and sort products to load onto trucks, which is also a wonderful thing to understand too.
Colton Bird is one of Emily's students. His major is forestry wildlife management. He first wanted to be a game warden, but now is leaning toward forestry. He says it makes perfect sense that Ricky was selected as Logger of the Year.
Honestly, it does not surprise me just from sitting there talking to him. He has an amazing amount of intelligence towards forestry and just logging in general. And it's just been, I mean, like I've said before, it's been passed down through his generation of his family. And I can see why he's so good at it and why he's out here working day to day and even working on other sites, just him and his dad. I can see why, and it's really amazing.
Bottom line, Ricky, who buys 100% of everything he cuts, holds regular safety briefings, is careful with BMP regulations, works to preserve the environment on every job site, and maintains a blend of equipment that's well maintained and/or under warranty, has high standards for daily workflow. After all, the company reputation is on the line.
I try to treat everything like it was mine, and I own timberland myself, so I try to treat every job just like I would if it was my own, and then also, like I said, we got a lot of repeat landowners that we work with, so you really want to keep them happy.
Ricky Summerford, Mississippi's 2024 Logger of the Year, a busy man to say the least. But with everything on his plate, we asked him somewhere down the road, when you decide to retire, you're at home watching football, how would you like to be remembered?
I'd want him to say, that he was a hard worker, honest man, fair man, someone that would willing to help others, willing to help somebody out, somebody that cared about what he was doing. I don't know what I'm going to be doing when I'm 81 if I make it that far, but I'm sure I'll still have my hand in it somehow.
Congratulations once again to Ricky Summerford of Fulton, Mississippi, this year's Logger of the Year.